I was digging through a messy kitchen drawer, looking for a phone charger. The drawer was full of old batteries and bits of string. Instead of finding a cable, I pulled out a small piece of paper that was folded up tight. It was a note, handwritten, and it was clear that the words inside weren't meant for me. Then my wife walked into the kitchen. She saw me holding the paper and stopped. She looked scared, like she was waiting for me to start yelling. But I didn't do that. I looked at her with a kind and gentle smile and said one simple sentence that changed our lives. I am Ethan Brooks, a 38-year-old financial analyst. I look at numbers to help people save money. I've always been someone who stays calm. I believe talking is better than getting angry. My wife, Lauren, is 35 and works in human resources, helping people with their problems at work. She is a smart person, but lately she seemed to be carrying a heavy weight. Then there is my big brother, Michael Brooks. He is 42. He is a practical man who gives me honest advice when I need it most. Lauren and I have been married for many years. Our life felt good and full of love. We loved long weekend trips and watching movies together. We would sit for hours just talking over hot coffee. But lately, things felt different. She was staying late at the office. Her mind seemed to be somewhere else. I would see her smiling at her phone. Then she would lock the screen when I walked in. Even though I noticed these changes, I chose to trust her instead of making scary guesses in my head. Then came that Saturday morning. I was tidying up the kitchen and searching for that charger. When I opened the drawer, I saw that folded note. On the outside, it said, "I'm glad we finally talked." Before I could open it, Lauren walked in. She froze, her eyes fixed on that paper. "I can explain," she whispered. I looked at her gently. "I'd like to hear it," I said. She looked surprised. "You're not angry?" she asked. I put the note on the table. "I'm concerned," I told her, "but I'd rather hear the truth than assume the worst things." Tears formed in her eyes. She sat down and told me everything. That note wasn't a secret romance. It was from a co-worker who was going through a hard time. Lauren had spent a long time listening, and they left that note to say, "Thank you." Lauren had forgotten to throw it away. But then she looked at me and said, "I've been hiding how overwhelmed I feel." She had been keeping her stress inside, so she wouldn't make me worry. I held her hand tight. "You never have to carry the hard stuff alone," I told her. She wiped a tear and said, "I know." I didn't realize how distant I had become. That night, we talked for hours. We made changes, like putting phones away during dinner and planning special nights for us. Most of all, we promised to speak honestly before silence turned into a misunderstanding. People ask why I stayed so calm. Trust is choosing to have a conversation before you jump to a conclusion. Sometimes the biggest threat isn't what you find. It is the stories you tell yourself. One calm, kind sentence can save a beautiful relationship that panic would have destroyed.